Marvel Comics.
What's up, YouTube? Usually I talk about Dragon Ball, but we're still gonna go ahead and talk about some Resident Evil because I love Resident Evil. So Resident Evil Requiem came out around this time last month, so it's been about a month, and the game dropped to a ton of hype, selling about over 2 million copies worldwide for a while, and it felt like the next big thing for the franchise. But now that the honeymoon phase is officially over, we gotta ask the real question: is Resident Evil Requiem still an amazing game? And short answer, yeah, I'd say absolutely yes. But there are definitely some things that stand out a lot more than they did at launch, for better and for worse. So first off, I've put in well over 100 hours into this game at this point, and honestly, I've had a ton of fun. I keep on finding myself coming back, going through different sections, clearing out zombies with both Grace and Leon, revisiting Raccoon City and the Care Center. It's been a really solid gameplay loop. I've been trying to speedrun the game. Me and my friend had like a little challenge trying to see how fast we can beat the game. And right now we're basically sitting at about 6-7 hours about there, which isn't that great, but I know that I'm gonna push through that time the more time I have with the game, because if you play Resident Evil games before, you already know that replayability is where the games really shine. So the story and lore. Now let's talk about the story, because I think it still holds up really well. It's a pretty easy story to follow, especially if you're familiar with the whole bioweapon storyline from Resident Evil 2 through 5. Whole situation with Elphys feels like a natural evolution of what basically is another large-scale bioweapon threat, and that's when you've got Victor Gideon, who's trying to infect people on a massive level. That part feels very classic Resident Evil. Then you've got Grace, who's honestly surprised me, finding out that she's actually related to Oswald E. Spencer, and it was adopted by Alyssa Ashcroft is an interesting twist. But I thought she was actually related to her, but she's just adopted. It ties her directly to the deeper lore of Resident Evil in a way I didn't expect. And then of course you've got Leon, who's still amazing. His gameplay is super satisfying, and he might be the highlight of the entire game for me. I know a lot of people like Grace, but come on, Leon's better. Now I will say he feels heavier compared to how he felt in RE4 Remake, but that's not a bad thing, it just makes it more grounded. So gameplay and visuals. Gameplay wise, this might be the most smoothest Resident Evil game we've gotten. Everything just flows really well, especially the combat, and visually, this hands down is one of the best looking Resident Evil games ever made, and I genuinely think this game looks better than Village. And yes, I think overall Requiem is a better game than Village. Criticism, costumes, Capcom. Now we gotta talk about one of the biggest issues in this game, costumes. So in Resident Evil history, Resident Evil has always been known for having fun, unlockable costumes, stuff you earn by beating the game or completing certain challenges after you beat the game. But I feel like ever since basically Resident Evil 6, Capcom, or as I like to call them, Crapcom, has gotten lazy with it. So in Resident Evil 6, you couldn't even use costumes in the story mode, only in Mercenaries. But then when you go to Resident Evil 7, there's no costumes at all for Ethan or nothing. Village, there's no costumes for anybody. And then RE4 Remake, which is one of my favorite games, basically doesn't have any real unlockable costumes. That's right, the ones that we basically got, a lot of them are paid DLC, and some of them were originally planned to be unlockable costumes in Resident Evil 4 Remake. So now getting to Resident Evil Requiem's costumes, we finally get one costume for Leon, which is the RPD. And then the FBI costume that you see Grace wear in the beginning of the game is an unlockable. They're okay. I like the RPD for Leon better, but that's it. And they even count taking off a jacket as a costume, which is lazy. So if you actually want cool outfits, you actually have to pay the $100+ for the deluxe edition, or pay an extra $15 for the DLC. And that's just not it. And then another issue I had was no real chapter select system. I really wish we could switch between characters or jump between specific sections more easily. Something similar to Resident Evil 5 would have been perfect. Instead, you gotta rely on multiple save files and just replay certain Leon or Grace sections, and that does get annoying fast, especially if you want to skip that orphanage section. Let's talk about the unlock system / CP point. So because this game has been a staple, or this unlock system has been a staple since Resident Evil 7, using CP points to unlock things such as infinite ammo, bonus weapons, or extra items. And overall, Requiem system is good, but I feel like they could have done a lot more. For example, Leon only gets 7 extra weapons, plus the RPG, which you can make infinite ammo, while Grace, she gets like 1 gun, the infinite knife, and then that's about it. Like, I get she's not Leon, but she should have gotten like a Magnum or something, since halfway through the game she gives up her Requiem and gives it back to Leon, so she basically is stuck with those terrible pistols towards the end of the game, making it harder, especially on an Insanity run. So let her feel a little bit more powerful on repeated runs. So another missed opportunity is Resident Evil 6. Leon's outfit would have been a perfect unlockable costume, but instead we still get the same RPD look, which does look good in this game, especially on an older Leon, to give you that nostalgia. I mean, ever since I unlocked it, that's my costume, my go-to costume I use, because I don't have the DLC, but we definitely needed more. And then Mercenaries mode, and then where's the Mercenaries mode? The gameplay in this game, especially with Leon, is perfect for it, and it's honestly wild Mercenaries wasn't included at launch, but honestly, based on some announcements, I'm not too worried. It's definitely coming. Still, that absolutely should have been there day one. So my final thoughts is, even with those critiques, Resident Evil Requiem is still a strong game. It's got DLC that's coming out, plus that mini game, which I'm pretty sure is gonna be Mercenaries. It's got great gameplay, strong replayability, solid story, amazing visuals. It just needs a little bit more, some costumes, some unlockables, and then that Mercenaries mode. And because of that, I'm still gonna stand by my original score, which was an 8.5 out of 10. Let me know what you think. Are you still playing Resident Evil Requiem a month later? Did your opinion go up or down? Are you waiting on Mercenaries like I am? And if you enjoyed the video, give me a like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you. His ass fell off the bike.
Should've worn a helmet.
She don't wanna be saved, don't save her. 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 She don't wanna be saved.